Are you a caffeine addict, anxiety-prone, cortisol-fueled entrepreneur that is permanently exhausted? If so, this video may very well change your life. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Castillo, founder of Selfmastered. We're a high-performance training company that helps entrepreneurs scale their businesses by solving their silent bottleneck, their own performance. We transform the unproductive, overwhelming, and focused entrepreneurs into laser-focused business athletes that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. Hello friends, today I want to talk about why and how most entrepreneurs are permanently battling against exhaustion, and more importantly, what to do about it. Because if you're not careful, you may very well end up following a negative spiral where there is little way out of. So this video is all about identifying the 5 causes of exhaustion in entrepreneurs and then providing you a few research-backed cues that you can implement straight away to solve this problem once and for all. And the top 5 causes of exhaustion in entrepreneurship are the following. 1, too much work. This is easy. Most people and most entrepreneurs don't know how to prioritize. In fact, from the clients we work with, most of them say that learning prioritization with us is the best thing they could have done for their careers, because it is very easy to fool oneself and think that everything you're working on is actually important and meaningful. But chances are that that is not true. You need to focus on the wildly important. In order to be able to focus effectively, you need to understand where is it that you're going towards, what is your company about, and what is the vision that you are marshaling all your resources towards. Without having that clear, then it is very hard to naturally prioritize. So you need to stop working on too many fronts, diluting your attention and time across too many initiatives, falling for shiny object syndrome, and focusing on what really matters. Then 2, too much stress. If you do not have the correct stress management protocols, it is very hard to be a highly functional, top performing individual. You need to take care of your stress just like you take care of your rest, and both are linked. You need to understand what are the key drivers for stress in your life and then remove them, and then understand how does your body react to different types of stress, long, short, and medium-term stress. 3, too much entropy. And this goes hand in hand with too much work. So entropy is the natural tendency of the universe towards disorder. Things never figure themselves out. You need to do that, right? So it is very easy to entertain thoughts, emotions, activities, friendship, stuff that just doesn't add to your life because it is not vertically coherent. It is not aligned with whom you want to become and what you are working towards. And this is what I call entropy. When you have too many things happening around you, it is very easy to become stressed, especially if those things involve relationship. If you happen to have relationships that are draining energy from you, it is very easy to fall into exhaustion, because then you need to devote mental and emotional energy to fix and mend those relationships. So too much entropy is one of the silent killers of entrepreneurial performance. Then 4, too much caffeine. And this is massive, and you probably don't like to hear this. I'm a huge coffee fan, but I have had to cut back on my caffeine consumption. Why? Because it masks my natural circadian rhythm. It can be very easy to become addicted to coffee because it gives you the false illusion of being high energy at all times. But what you're doing is you're overworking the human machine and you are hiding the symptoms. If you indulge in too much caffeine, you would lose touch of your natural biorhythms, and you will essentially wreck your sleep, wreck your natural alertness protocols, and become highly dependent on caffeine. And caffeine gives you this false illusion of being able to do too many things, so you start saying yes to more things, and that brings more entropy. You end up working on more projects, and that brings more stress. So really, caffeine is something you probably need to cut back on. And more importantly, be mindful about how does it affect you. And finally, too much sugar. As we have been discussing this channel several times when we talk about burnout, falling for sugar and comfort foods in order to give ourselves a boost in energy and mood, it is common, but it can also become an addiction, and it can have effects on your cognitive abilities, because as we discussed in the gut health video, which I'm going to be linking here, removing sugar was one of the best things that I did in my career to be able to think more clearly. So this is it. Too much work, too much stress, too much entropy, too much coffee, and too much sugar. And now, what to do about it? What is the protocol that we teach our clients to do so they can start removing that sense of exhaustion and find the peace and rest and recovery that they deserve? Before we get into them, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we're running a few promotions to our subscribers, and we give away thousands of dollars worth of courses in productivity and performance. And also because it is the right thing to do, right? You love this channel, you watch it every week, and you know that other people should benefit from it. So with your comment, with your share, with your like, you're helping us reach more people, help more people. So don't miss out on that. Back to our regular programming. So the idea is that if you want to battle against too much work, too much stress, too much entropy, too much sugar, and too much caffeine, you need to first start by getting in tune with your natural biorhythm, to understanding what is your energetic blueprint. When are you naturally more focused? How much rest do you need? And in order to do that, you need to remove sugar and caffeine from your diet as soon as you can. And this will lead to a crash. So this is not easy to do, but it's necessary, because if you do it, you will start learning about how do you normally function. Stick to 2 or 3 meals a day, remove caffeine, remove sugar, and see when do you fall asleep, how much energy are you able to summon without these stimulants, because this will provide you an idea of how do your natural rhythm follow. Remember that you should strive to work as athletes perform. Right? It's either 100% on or 100% off. And having too much coffee and sugar prevents you from being off, prevents you from instituting the rest and recovery protocols and practices that can empower you over the long haul. This leads me to idea number 2. Once you know how does your body perform without stimulants, you can then segment and architect your day based on your natural rhythms. And that means having specific rest and recovery protocols during the day, at the beginning, the middle, and at the end. And creating a high performance rest and recovery routine that allows you to be at your best every single day without needing coffee and sugar and comfort food. This is so important. Then number 3 is, you guessed it, remove all work that is meaningless, that is not important, that is not even urgent. It is very easy to fall for the trap of thinking that everything we do is important, but it is just not true. Some things carry the most leverage. Some things are actually meaningful in the grand scheme of things, and that's the thing we should be pursuing. Having a clear vision on what those things are would lead to a natural prioritization down the quarter. If you happen to find yourself exhausted at this very moment, think about what is the vision you're building, and then what is the 90-day plan that you created for yourself, and remove everything that doesn't need to be there. This will free a lot of time, will lower your stress, will remove entropy from your professional life, and will give you a renewed sense of commitment and purpose with your work. If you happen to feel disengaged with what you do every single day, it's probably because you are doing too many things, and most of those are just BS that doesn't need to be done at all. 4, remove entropy from your personal life. If you have a very demanding, significant other that is not aligned with your entrepreneurial mission, that person needs to go because it's going to become a liability in the long term. You need to only nurture, care, and foster those relationships that make you better, that help you become the person that you embarked upon to do. If you have a mission, only sustain friendships, have a love life that actually reflects that. If you're battling against sources of low emotional energy every single day, you're going to naturally end up becoming exhausted. And then 5, master the big 5. There's 5 things you need to nail if you want to be high energy at all times. I will go into detail, but those are essentially how you sleep, how you meditate or pause, how you breathe, how you move, and how you eat. These 5 things carry the most leverage if what you want is to be high energy at all times. So really, this is so important. First, reconnect with your circadian rhythms by removing comfort food, especially sugar and caffeine. Get back to your natural biorhythms. Then 2, create a structure in your day and your week that have rest and recovery protocols and that allows you to perform just as elite athletes do by following the natural ebbs and flows of high performance. And 3, remove all entropy from professional life. Remove 90% of what you're doing. Only focus on what's actually meaningful, and always think about your 10-year plan and see how the things you're doing now align with that 10-year plan. Then 4, remove all entropy from your personal relationships. If you entertain relationships that are not helping you, that are not adding value to your life, and therefore you're not adding value to their lives, then it doesn't make sense. You need to cut back on anything and everything that doesn't align with your mission. And finally 5, master the big 5. Master your sleep, master your meditation, master your breathing, master your nutrition, and master your movement and exercise. This is how you remove exhaustion, and this is how you start becoming the top performer your business needs. I hope this was useful. Please let me know in the comment if it was, if you learned anything, and of course, see you in the next video.